and competing in the World Cup and various other invitational tournaments. Well, right now they're set to take on Ireland, USA versus Ireland. This is a rematch of a year ago, a close one, won by Ireland by a 24-22 score. As you watch the game, keep in mind that this Irish team is young and fast, and while the Americans are a bit older, they say they're very tough, a hard-hitting squad. Right now, to tell you a little bit more about the specific players and to call the game, let's go upstairs to Derek Ray and John Morgan.
Thank you, Tim. The Irish were successful here at RFK last year over the USA 24-22, but it's a very different Irish team, and they might well be led by a 21-year-old by the name of Lee Hanlon.
Well, he's like the quarterback. He's going to be the guy that keying the tempo for the Irish. He's going to be the guy that's going to determine which direction they're going to go in. He's young, he's very quick, and I watched him at practice. He's very elusive.
And another big key for the Irish will be the experience of their fullback, Des Foy.
The oldest guy in the team. He's going to be really responsible for the counterattack, which was so important last year. And the Irish, they really knew how to come back down and exploit the American weaknesses on the flanks.
Now, if the American Patriots are to have a chance today, John, you have to figure that David New, their coach, their quarterback, their scrum half, will have to do everything.
Well, he is the man for all seasons for the United States. He's the guy that will definitely control the play. If David New has a good game, the United States have a chance of winning. If David who gets very emotional at times, if he starts picking at the referee, the USA play could fall off.
And power is also such a big part of the U.S. offense and defense, and that's where big Jeff Preston comes in.
Sergeant Slaughter, you won't see this guy passing the ball too often. They give him the ball early on, and he just takes it upfield, and he is a menace. The Irish really are going to concentrate on stopping him early in the game.
The Irish starting lineup for today's game, and the backs with Des Foy as the fullback, then Salem Comerford, who will be the designated kicker at penalty situations, Gavin Banker, Tom McCabe, one of the team leaders, Robin Gregg, Craig McElhatton, and Lee Hanlon, very talented, 21 years old. Then Andrew McElwain, who lived in Australia for many years, Eric Doyle, the captain, Darren Clark, George Slicker, son of the coach Mick Slicker, Connor O'Sullivan, and Andy Burgess.
Well, the Irish have got a little bit of a young side compared to last year. Only one guy off the team from last year.
At the center there is David New, the key figure for the USA, wearing number 7. He's the coach, and the scrum half. There's big Gino Seegers, who was added to the lineup today. There is the full USA lineup. Marcus Maffei is the fullback. Lauren Broussard, one of the heroes last year. Robert Balachandran, Greg Saluti, and Giddens Wallace, and the man in question, David New.
USA much older as compared to the Irish.
David Bowe, Lau Afuhamango, Gino Seegers, and the picture there, Fred Grueller, Doug Erickson, and the captain, the man they call Sergeant Slaughter, Jeff Preston.
Well, he's the emotional leader of the Patriots, and David New, definitely the quarterback, the guy. David New's got to control his emotions here today. He's so involved with the game.
The weather is improving steadily here at RFK Stadium, mostly cloudy, 43 degrees. Wind coming out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. Chance of light rain, but thus far, it is holding off.
Well, the weather really, I think it's good rugby weather. Last year, 78 degrees. I think the heat favored the United States. This year, I think neither team has any advantage with the weather.
Doug Keane from Sydney, Australia is the referee. The touch judges, Russ Hicks and Sean Morgan. Today's telecast is brought to you by Corel, the leader in CD-ROM technology.
If you want full Office Suite power at a word processor price, look no further than Corel WordPerfect Suite. Corel WordPerfect Suite includes an exceptionally intelligent word processor, an award-winning spreadsheet, amazing presentation graphics, plus business graphics and utilities, hundreds of fonts and thousands of clip art images. Corel WordPerfect Suite delivers Office Suite power at a word processor price.
Choosing a movie just got a whole lot easier. Introducing Corel All Movie Guide, the ultimate multimedia movie expert. Brought to you by the world leader in graphic software, Corel All Movie Guide gives you interactive access to the most comprehensive movie database on CD-ROM. Enjoy hours and hours of entertainment, exploring the glamorous world of movie stars, directors, and behind-the-scenes cast and crew. Corel All Movie Guide, a must for all movie lovers. In our world, engineering and imagination imagination know no boundaries. Introducing Corel Draw 6, the complete 32-bit graphics suite exclusively for Microsoft Windows 95. Only Corel Draw 6 delivers 5 graphics applications, 8 utilities, 25,000 clipart images in symbols, 1,000 photos, 1,000 fonts, plus over 750 3D models. Get acquainted with the leader. The time is now.
When sports cream, when legs are sore, when backs ache, when muscles hurt. Wise Sports Cream, rubbing it in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell. Wise Sports Cream, because...
Coverage of World Rugby League from RFK Stadium. Ireland and the USA, and it will be the Americans to get us underway. The opening kickoff to be taken by captain and coach David New. Forcing it into the in-goal area of the Irish, and they will return it from there with fullback Des Foy. First play the ball, you get 6 tackles, then you have to turn the ball over. Very often, after the 5th tackle, you'll see the team kick for possession.
And Terry Wallace already has got 2 tackles. Now he's got 3 tackles. Oh, and that's what the United States will do all game. That's what the United States does best. They tackle, they hit hard, but the Irish handle the ball probably better than the United States. They don't make as many mistakes.
Quick play the ball for Ireland. Good run by Conor O'Sullivan.
Grueller on that tackle.
Grueller, the defender. There's Eric Doyle, the captain and hooker of the Ireland team.
Now the secret to the United States, just keep the Irish pinned down here inside the 50. 5th tackle coming up. You're going to see a kick here.
There's the tactical kick for position, and it's fielded. Nice play by the USA to get it back quickly and gain some meters down on the left.
Yeah, Marcus Maffei, he wasn't around last year at fullback for the U.S. Great counterattacker. Here's Terry Wallace.
Wallace getting the feed from David New, so play the ball for the USA.
Well, the U.S. got a lot more experience than they had last year. This David Bowe, living in Clearwater, Florida now, probably one of the most experienced Patriots on the field. Here comes Grueller.
And Grueller has so much power, very tough customer for opposing defenses to handle.
And there's a penalty. Yeah, the Irish weren't back 10. The United States 35 yards up. Be interesting to see if New goes for the points or not, or he's making a decision. He's going to go for points.
So penalty opportunity for the USA. This is a very awkward position, you would have to say, for a right-footed kicker from the right side.
Well, David New, been playing for the United States for 3 years, started his professional career at St. George in Sydney. Originally was a great rugby union player before he switched to league. Great kicker. You know, the guy can do it all. And beyond being the emotional leader, he's the coach of the team. He's the kicker. I think he's got a lot of pressure on him.
David New, 30 years old, trying to get the USA on the board here at RFK Stadium.
Kick looks a little wide.
Couldn't quite get there and fielded immediately by Des Foy, 32-year-old fullback, plays for Killarney in Ireland.
That's Ryan McGough. Good tackle both times.
Tough play by the USA. The Irish driving from deep inside their own territory.
That's David Bowe, another good tackle. Penalty, though. Looks like a little elbow. David's got a lot of... Watch himself, though. If there was a penalty thing where you fouled out, David Bowe probably would fall out of every game. He's a very physical player. That's the first penalty we've seen against David Bowe.
Let's see if the Irish will try to kick this out on the full. You can do that at penalty situations, then get the ball back in line with where it goes out. But it doesn't go out of play.
Lauren Brassard staying bounds. Yes, he does. So bad play by the Irish to get that ball to touch. That's a very basic play, and I'm surprised by that mistake. Oh, there's a high tackle.
The USA fired up early.
And I think he called the high tackle, too. That's Greg Stelluti. And there's another penalty on the Irish. I think David New's probably not going to try this one. You know, the other kicker on the team is David Bowe. David Bowe's got a lot longer foot than David New. New's just going to take the ball to touch here, and the U.S. will get a fresh 6 starting around the 20-yard line. Like last year, the U.S. had a lot of possession early on in the Irish end, couldn't convert the points. A lot of similarity to the game today.
Russ Hicks, the far side touch judge, originally from the Brisbane area of Australia, now living here in the USA. So the quick tap for the Americans. Fred Grueller.
Big Fred.
Fred was very effective against Ireland last year. David New gets the feed.
Gino Seegers.
Seegers, number 10. Good position here for the USA. Scoreless early in this one from RFK. New.
Jeff Preston.
Sergeant Slaughter very close now to the Irish line. The pressure is on the Irish defenders. Slaughter with the play the ball.
Uh-oh.
And it's intercepted. And oh, this could be dangerous.
Going the distance. Look at Lauren Brassard come from behind. Look at that. Woo! That's why he's out there.
McElhatton, the man who went down, and Broussard with a crunching tackle.
Penalty on Bob Balachandran coming in late. So Marcus Maffei with a bad pass on the 5-yard line. Then Balachandran, great hustle from the back. We talked about his speed in the early part of the telecast, and watch it here. Maffei with a lazy pass. This is like telegraphing it, but watch the speed. Look at Lauren. You can't even see him in your picture.
Right.
Lauren Broussard comes out of nowhere. This is Erickson, but watch this guy come out of nowhere to chase him down from behind. USA definitely has better team speed in the field. They just showed it right there.
Greg McElhatton, the man who led the Irish breakaway. And Salem Comerford is the man who will be entrusted with penalty kicks. Number 2 for Ireland, plays for the Dublin Blues, a very famous rugby league team in Ireland. They really started things off as far as the sport is concerned.
Yeah, it's ironic. Last year, Duke Irico picked one of those passes off on the opposite side of the field and went 95 yards for the U.S., and here we go. The Irish paid back the U.S., but thank God for Lauren Broussard. U.S. got great speed on the outside, and Lauren Broussard, Kevin Giddings, Prince Hill. I think overall team speed, you have to go to the U.S.
Salem Comerford is the man who will try this penalty from the left for the Irish.
I was watching him in practice. He can hit from 50 yards out. He has got a strong leg.
This is about 30 meters from the left as he tries to curve it back. And he got it.
Well, there's a USA down inside the Irish zone. Couldn't take advantage. Missed their first penalty kick off the 5-meter line. They got the ball intercepted. Again, like last year, the United States not taking advantage of being down in the zone. Here they're down 2-zip. They should be up at least 2-zip.
Salem Comerford with the perfect kick. He got it just right. Bobbled a little on the way, John.
I don't think he hit it that good. I think he's very lucky to get away with that, but 2 points is 2 points.
And now under the new rules, the team that scores kicks off.
Yeah, that's changed from the past.
Lee Hanlon driving it straight down the throat of Terry Wallace for the USA.
This is Maffei. Oh, that's a really high tackle. He let it go. Marcus Maffei is a warrior. He's number 1 at fullback. You'll see a lot of him. This is Balachandran.
Bob Balachandran had some problems with his contact lenses during last year's game. David knew the pass almost forward.
That's a good play by McGough.
So the USA, after dominating the opening couple of minutes, find themselves down 2-0.
Preston, you won't see any passes when he gets the ball, I tell you that.
It's all sheer muscle and power when Jeff Preston's at the controls. Now New.
McGough again. McGough really looks aggressive out there today. He had a very good competition down at the Sydney 9 or Sydney 7s. New will try and set this one up with a high up and under.
It's the Gary Owen, and it bounces almost down on the USA side, but it's recovered by Gavin Banker for Ireland.
Yeah, but I think Gavin's going to get eaten up here by Preston and Grueller, but the Irish got a fresh 6.
Play the ball for Ireland.
Oh, missed tackle. Can't do that. There's another one. He can't get him off his feet. Look at that, 2 missed tackles.
Connor O'Sullivan working effectively out on the left. The play the ball taken by McCabe.
Yeah, he let that go. Very smart play.
No danger of knocking it forward by Ireland.
Good tackle by Stelluti. Oh, there's a break, though.
Gavin Banker has good speed. Look at Banker
Another
go.
missed tackle by New.
Banker trying to get past Maffei. He's still going. What a run by Gavin Banker for Ireland.
Yeah, he got Balachandran got beat. That's what set that play up.
This could be dangerous. Foy, the fullback, goes in. And Des Foy with the first try of the game for Ireland.
On the overlap. All started back with a mistake there midfield. Balachandran got sucked in. That allowed Baker to come in, and New missed the tackle, and then the next thing you know, he had 25 meters. So again, you can't miss tackles in this game. Watch this.
Des Foy got into a good position on the right, and it was the old overlap move that fooled the USA.
Well, that's what you want, overlaps. There it is, 3-on-1 on the outside, and nobody can stop that. Supermen have problems with stopping that play.
And important for Foy to move it as close as possible to the posts to help the kick. You take the conversion attempt in line with where the ball was touched down inside the in-goal area.
And kicks were really the difference in last year's game, conversions and penalties. The USA missed 2 more than the Irish, and 24-22, needless to say, that game was extremely close, and the kicks were really decided the final outcome.
Well, Salem Comerford already good with his first attempt from the opposite side. They It was a penalty. This conversion attempt from the right, usually much kicker for a right footer from this side. Salem Comerford for Ireland. He does it again. 8-0 in favor of the Irish, and Salem Comerford helping his team once more. We'll return to RFK in a moment.
What's your biggest problem with vacuum cleaners?
I don't like buying filter bags.
I don't think I ever came home with the proper bag.
Every time I had to empty the bag, there was always stuff would come out.
Throw those bags away forever. Introducing the Phantom Fury Vacuum with patented dual cyclone action. Non-stop power devours dirt and deposits it into a clear bin. It's easy to empty.
It's incredible how fast and how powerful the Phantom vacuum really is.
The Phantom Fury comes with a HEPA filter on its exhaust.
The HEPA filter is one of the most efficient filters you can use to control dust.
The Phantom Fury is 2 machines in one, upright and cleaning one.
Push a button and you can just hit the high places, the low places, places where you can't reach, and it saves you time.
Call now for a free video and brochure. The Phantom Fury Vacuum cleans up a storm, and you'll never change a bag again. Call now.
You don't have to have bags.
From the big hitters to the big guns, running it down or throwing them out. Everybody wants that flag. A division race is a race, but it's all about the chase. Root presents Pennant Chase, Thursdays on this regional sports network.
Back here in Washington, D.C., it's an 8-0 Ireland lead over the USA, and already early in the first half here, we've seen all of the variations of scoring in rugby, the penalty kick, the try, and the conversion. Interesting terminology. You know, of course, of American football and the touchdown. That's a misnomer because they don't have to touch the ball down on the ground. In rugby, however, as you've seen, they do have to touch it down. So why is it called a try? Well, in the olden days of the sport, that didn't count for any points. All that gave the team was the effort to try for the conversion. But now they figure it takes so much effort to get it into the end zone, they may as well get some points, 4 points to be exact, for the try. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, Tim, and we will try to show you how the Irish scored the one try so far.
Yeah, quickly playing the ball, seeing the overlap on the outside. Look at the 3 here. Now watch it. How many guys you see on the outside there? You see one blue shirt out here. 3-on-1. That'll score every day of the week.
Darren Clark working with Des Foy, getting in there in the corner. Her experienced fullback off Killarney, 32 years old. 8-0, the Irish restart the game with a deep kick toward the USA in goal area.
Here comes Preston. Now watch this action.
Blistering play by Preston, wrestled down. Gavin Banker in there along with Darren Clark.
Number 5, Kevin Giddings, been fighting the flu. Had to spend yesterday in bed. They've been pumping a lot of fluids in him. He's the speedster from this Washington, D.C. area.
He's not the only walking wounded member of the U.S. team. Lau Afuhamango has been carrying an injury, but he is in the starting lineup as well.
Well, at least USA is taking better care of the ball. They're getting to the 4th, 5th tackle, which is one of our keys to the game here today. There's no nice pass. Doug Erickson.
Erickson gets it toward midfield. Gang tackled by the Irish.
A lot cleaner possession of the ball for the U.S. This is a positional kick for the bad bounce, but here comes Maffei. Oh, slip, another mistake. Look at that Irish ball carrier, gets 30 yards because of that mistake right there.
Robin Gregg was the man with possession of the ball. The quick play the ball to the captain, Eric Doyle.
Oh, there's Ryan McGuff. He has just been very physical on this pitch today.
He's fired up as Ryan McGuff, as is Grueller, as is Preston.
Overlap here. The Irish got an overlap again.
They do that so well. Gavin Banker. Well, look at the speed of Baker again.
He's out of bounds. Oh, nice play by Marcus Maffei. I can't believe that with the United States got all this speed on the outside, they're getting beat. The Irish must have decided that they're better off beating the USA on the outside than up the middle, and Ryan McGuff is probably the guy forcing them to the outside.
Unlike in football, if you get knocked with possession of the ball out of bounds, it's not necessarily to your advantage. The ball goes to the other team in the form of a scrum. They get the put in at the scrum.
Well, the USA made, the last 2 times they've had the ball, they've used all 6 downs, which that's what their problem was last year.
Jeff Preston confronted by Baker. Baker wrestles him down, but not before Preston's able to eke out a couple of meters.
There's Balachandran, some good possession.
Chandran taken down by Doyle. Now David New.
Oh,
pushing and shoving going on as New continues.
The penalty there, not playing the man with the ball. So the U.S. gets a fresh 6. New will put this to touch. Very determined look from David Bowe.
Referee Doug Keane was right on the spot, John Morgan.
Yeah, you must play the ball. And watch what happens here. This collision is between two people that, look at that right there. Maybe they had a little words previous to that, and the referee decided that that shouldn't happen.
David New kicks it out on the full, so the USA, the American Patriots, will get the ball back in line with where it went out of play.
Keith Cassidy started. David Bowe. David loves this action. Originally born in New Zealand, now living in Clearwater, Florida. Him and his wife, Debbie.
Cassidy now working up with Fred Grueller.
U.S. really taking good control of the ball. They just couldn't push it in. They've been down. It's the third time they've been down inside the 20-yard line now, and they, of course, missed that first early penalty. Fourth tackle.
David New, as ever, at the heart of things for the USA. Now can they get an overlap going themselves? Preston. Nice play by Jeff Preston on the left.
Yeah, they better do something here quick coming towards that last tackle.
Marcus Maffei into the middle. Little switch move by Terry Wallace.
Last tackle here. Either a drop kick, kick it into the zone, try and hold him in there.
David New tries to hit it high into the air, into the in-goal area.
And that means the United States is going to get a fresh 6. That's a great play by David New. So now the Irish are going to have to kick the ball. Now, what's they called there? The ball was directly in on the fly, so the Irish
were able to knock it forward. David New, the player coach, halfback.
Yeah, there's a bad break by the Irish. I think they misplayed the ball here, which is going to give David New a kick directly in front of the post.
This might saddle his nerves. He had the attempt earlier that might have begging. This, as you said, John, straight in line with the posts. The USA badly need to make a statement, trailing 8-0.
New doesn't have an explosive foot. He's got a pretty accurate foot. This should be in his range. U.S. needs some points on the board. I think they're pretty stunned that the Irish scored so easily as they have.
So David New, this would normally be meat and drink to a player of his caliber, but the pressure is on. It's International Rugby League. And David New fails. Goes wide right.
Another opportunity missed.
Everything going wrong for the USA in the early stages. The Irish lead at 8-0. We'll return to RFK Stadium in a moment here on Prime.
If you want full office suite power at a word processor price, look no further than Corel WordPerfect Suite. Corel WordPerfect Suite includes an exceptionally intelligent word processor, an award-winning spreadsheet, amazing presentation graphics, plus business graphics and utilities, hundreds of fonts and thousands of clip art images. Corel WordPerfect Suite delivers office suite power at a word processor price.
It's tough to shine on the football field, but it's easy to shine on the road if you use Armor All Protectant on your car's vinyl and rubber. And here's great news. Now there's Armor All for the paint. New Armor Plate Paint Protectant. Armor Plate does for your paint what Armor All does for the rest of your car. Shines, protects, and really makes those colors pop. Beautiful. And you don't have to wreck your arm doing it. Boom! New Armor Plate Paint Protectant. Hey, it's like Armor All for your paint.
When sports cream, when legs are sore, when backs ache, when muscles hurt. Why Sports Cream? Rubbing it in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell. Why Sports Cream? Because it works.
Welcome back to RFK Stadium. The USA with a lot of work to do here. They've had to weather a lot of early Irish storms.
Well, they've had good possession. There's a mistake.
And Gavin Banker fields it for the Irish.
Turnover. Doug Erickson didn't gather that ball in. I don't know, try to cut back. So there's the USA's first mistake, really, on turning the ball over.
Darren Clark, tough customer, played in last year's game. In fact, the only survivor from Ireland from last year.
Number 11. Nice play. George Slicker with a great play there.
The Irish continue to work up the middle. Hanlon with a quick pass. Good play by Baker again on the right. Gavin Baker supported by number 5, Robin Gregg.
That's a good tackle by Kevin Giddens. Good switch back with on defense there, because there was a 3-on-2 overlap. Oh, there's a nice play there. That's Lauren Broussard outside. Stop that. The Irish had a free man on the outside.
Yeah, it was
last tackle.
Comerford was waiting, and there's the high kick by the Irish. Toward the USA in goal area. It's mishandled, and Baker tries to drive it over the line.
Doug Erickson was standing right there. It was Erickson or Preston. Looks like it was Preston, and allowed that ball to dangerously go into the end zone. The U.S. is going to have to kick this out of the end zone. It's going to be a fresh 6.
Just to remind you about the scoring system for rugby league, you get 4 for a try, 2 for a conversion and a penalty, 1 for a drop goal. We've not seen a drop goal attempt thus far.
And here comes New coming out of his own end zone.
David New kicks it from the posts, and it takes a favorable Irish bounce.
Yeah, nobody from the United States came forward on that. They got a good bounce on the ball and let the Irish pick it up, play it freely.
Andy Burgess, quick pass now to George Slicker.
Look at that. I mean, you're going to see a lot of Americans can really tackle and go, but the problem is that when they gang up like that, the Irish look for the overlap on the outside.
Nice play from the Irish backs again. Lee Hanlon, the scrum half, very talented, 21 years old, plays for Wakefield Trinity in England, one of the top professional rugby league teams in that country.
And another overlap out here again.
And Baker's there. Gavin Banker with explosive speed. Can he get over the line? Did he lose possession of the ball?
They're saying nope, didn't have the ball down. They're saying he knocked the ball forward in goal.
And that was another close shave. Gavin Banker did everything except score.
Yeah, well, the thing is you got to touch the ball down here, and the referee said the ball wasn't touched down with proper pressure. They say he lost the ball on the way down. Let's see here on the replay. Looks like our camera will have it. Again, the overlap on the outside. Let's see if he touches the ball down here. Are the Irish lucky today? That camera angle didn't show it, but the referee, both of them were right there, and they said there was not downward pressure on the ball.
Gavin Baker makes us home in Bangor. Has been very impressive up to this point. And the USA are really struggling to get the ball out of their own territory.
Yeah, another mistake. Bob Balachandran should have taken the ball, gone down. He's tried to make a last-moment pass, unsuspecting to Keith Cassidy. He knocked the ball forward. The Irish got the ball on the 10 for the U.S.
Lee Hanlon with the dummy move. Long pass, accurate one to Baker.
There's a try. Oh, he dropped it.
Mishandle and surely a knock forward.
Another overlap. The United States is dodging bullets out here left and right. They're lucky they don't have 2 more tries down them. So, you know, the U.S. On the outside, they really have to control the play on the flank right now because the Irish are really beating them on the outside.
You can see that time Baker with the pass. Tom McCabe receiving it, but couldn't catch it first time.
Yeah, very fortunate situation for the U.S. Now, they got to control the ball here. The last time they just gave it away in a knock forward by Keith Cassidy. They got to get 6 here and let...
New and McGuff working with each other.
High tackle. Another penalty.
Referee Doug Keane coming to the USA's aid. They trail it 8-0 in this Rugby League International, coming to you from RFK Stadium. So David New, the captain and coach of the USA, again tries to find touch.
Oh, you don't know if he's going to get it to the touch. He's very fortunate.
He was fortunate, yeah.
That was a duck coming out here, and the Irish would have been a little closer to that ball. They could have saved that.
So 6 more tackles for the USA. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Look at Bowe.
David Bowe, the 30-year-old prop forward, comes out to Keith Cassidy.
Gruler. Good pickup by Gruler. That ball almost slipped out.
Gruler, Bowe, Preston, so many powerful muscle-oriented players on the U.S. team. But here's New. He's the finesse of the team. And look at New go.
Yeah, that's David New. He's just David New at his best right there. Here's Keith Cassidy trying to get something on the outside. This is Preston. No.
Doug Erickson on the far side. The USA in a good position here, and they badly need the points.
They've been down here a couple times. This is New looking for action. There's nobody supporting him right here.
David New needs the support. Fred Gruler shows the power again. Gets within 10 meters of the Irish goal line.
Last tackle. Gruler's hurt, getting up too slow. Played the ball too slow. The Irish set up their defense. Let's see what New does here. A little pop kick through there.
David New's kick.
Dangerous. And the Irish, they grab it, so it's going to be a kick by the Irish from their own goal line. So again, the importance of David New. We got a player down. I think that's Gruler.
And the USA doesn't want to lose Fred Gruler at this juncture. Valuable part of their team. So Gruler tries to get back up. The USA trailing 8-0 here at RFK.
In the Far East,
People have long appreciated the need for thoughtfully designed products that make efficient use of limited space. Crosswalk Space Saver, made in America, appreciated around the world.
Soon, you'll both be taking up less space. Space Saver by Proform.
Who's America's new gymnastics darling? Find out in this all-new NBC Sports home video. America's Best, The Road to Glory. Call 1-800-851-8787 for a behind-the-scenes look at your favorite gymnastics superstars. Dominique Moceanu, Dominique Dawes, Shannon Miller, J.C. Phelps, and many more. Call 1-800-851-8787 for this exclusive TV offer. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call now.
It's a perfect 10.
Welcome back to RFK Stadium. The USA trailing 8-0 to Ireland. And what's more, Fred Grueller appears to be in a lot of pain. Here's what happened, John Morgan.
Yeah, I think it's a thigh bruise here. He looks like he's really complaining about his leg. Oh, here goes down on his left knee. And, you know, Big Freddie, very fit guy, laying down on the sidelines. The USA needs him back in the lineup. He is one of the big physical forces that the USA possesses.
Ireland has to drop the ball from their own posts as Grueller continues to grimace there down below us. David New fields it for the USA, working with Prince Hill.
That's Ryan McGuff.
McGuff in there as well.
Number 14 is McGuff. Here comes New. They called the penalty here, maybe not back 10. No, bad possession. Here it is.
As we saw there where the teams last met a year ago, the USA went down 24-22 to Ireland. USA controlled the tempo for much of that meeting.
Comes Ireland on the restart. Another turnover by the U.S. in the Irish zone.
Play the ball for Ireland from midway inside their own half. Greg McElhatton with the quick feed. Darren Clark has a lot of power and is a very determined character.
He's going to have his hands full with the power of the U.S. The Irish are on the outside, are really creating overlaps and beating the U.S. They've really done very well with creating the 2- and 3-on-1 overlaps on the outside. The USA's lucky they aren't down by 20 points.
Martin Keenahan, number 17, working with Andrew McElwain. Plays in France, one of the Super League teams, Paris Saint-Germain.
Another overlap out here if they get it out. Oh! David Bowe.
Shake tackle.
Called it. He's okay. Called it below the shoulders. David Bowe, I told you, he does that.
Des Foy was the victim, but he's back with us anyway.
Kevin Giddings, man with a lot of speed if he gets some room. Let's go down.
So Giddings still with possession. Gavin Banker wrestles him to the ground, and it will be a U.S. play the ball. David New.
Wallace to Balachandra, and they haven't had the ball outside too often.
Again with Terry Wallace.
Good effort by Wallace. Dragged him out of bounds. The referee allowed that. That's a penalty. There it is. The referee comes over and said, you cannot drag him out of bounds. He has to go out of bounds on his own power. David Bowe has been known to get penalized a few times in the game for some big hits. This one was legal. But David, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That time, you won that battle.
The chip kick it out of play, and the USA will get the ball back. They have yet to get on the scoreboard here. David New with 1 or 2 problems on his hands.
Well, 2 missed penalties. One of them was right in front of the post. This is Gino Seegers.
Seegers wearing number 10.
Preston.
Jeff Preston takes it into Irish territory. Play the ball for the USA. Both these teams competed in the Emerging Nations World Cup in England last year, with the Irish faring a little better than the USA. As David New plays the quick pass, here's Broussard. Trying to race away on the left, but play has been called back by a referee.
Forward pass.
Doug King. Forward pass. Let's send it downstairs to Tim Singer. Tim?
Well, guys, the situation with Fred Brewer, who's right behind me, got injured a couple of minutes ago. He got kneed in the back when he was going down on that tackle. Certainly a painful situation. He got over here. They administered it to him very quickly. He's okay. In fact, very eager to get back into that game. Now, as we watch some of the action, I should also note that the mood down here in the American Patriots sideline is a little bit of frustration. They're both frustrated at getting so close to scoring without doing so, and at some of the turnovers that have led to the Irish scores. That's a situation down here.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Back with the Irish going forward. The drive by Tom McCabe, wearing number 4. Plays for the Dublin Blues. Martin Keenahan. Nice sidestep.
Terry Wallace got about 9 tackles already in the game. Fiery little red-headed player. Probably one of the best surprises for the United States at the World Cup last October. Another overlap out here. They didn't go for it.
Slicker is the man in possession. Play the ball for Ireland. Behind him is Keenahan.
That's good, lad. That's good. Another big overlap here on the outside.
Like these long passes to
there
the Irish.
It is.
There the feed goes toward Comerford. Comerford, who has been spot on with the boots.
Last tackle. Probably see this ball go into the end zone. A high kick, a little pop. It's dangerous. Marcus Maffei, nice handling.
Diving toward his left.
Penalty.
So the favors the USA. And still frustration for the American Patriots here. They're trailing by 8 points against Ireland.
When sports cream, when legs are sore, when backs ache, when muscles hurt. Wise Sports Cream, rubbing it in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell. Wise Sports Cream.
Developing rock-hard abs. Well, there's only one choice. It's the Ab Roller Plus. It's the last abdominal product you'll ever have to buy.
Introducing the Ab Roller Plus, the only complete abdominal workout that supports your head and neck for a safe yet super intense abdominal workout.
These people have never used the Ab Roller Plus before today. When I tried, it was phenomenal. My back didn't hurt, my neck didn't hurt.
I think it's a lot easier than doing sit-ups. It's easier in the neck and back.
For just 3 easy payments of $29.95, we'll include this free 5 easy moves in 5 minutes workout video. Get maximum results with minimum strain. Call and order the Ab Roller Plus right now.
Make the call today and get the Ab Roller Plus.
Use your credit card. Call 1-800-344-6677 to order the Ab Roller in just 3 payments of $29.95 plus $12.95 shipping in U.S. funds. Or send check or money order to the address shown. That's 1-800-344-6677. Call now.
Derek Ray, John Morgan welcoming you back to RFK Stadium. Ireland on top 8-0 in this Rugby League International. And the American Patriots desperate to pose some problems for Ireland. They've been up against it for the last few minutes after making a promising start.
Yeah, there's Chris Troop, number 17, making his first ever Rugby League play. The guy, United States discovered him. He's out of Montana. He's a logger, and boy, they were impressed with him in practice. The guy is 6'3", 225, glides around the field, so watch him, number 17.
David New's pass.
Great pass.
Nice play by the USA. Follow-up work.
They're doing really good inside the 20s. They just can't score. They really possess the ball very well.
David New looking for Broussard, and he has explosive speed. Still Broussard pumping down to the 20-meter line of Ireland.
A high tackle there. The referee noticed it, warned the player, didn't call it.
David New working with Wallace. Now support from Balachandran on the right.
Oh, nice play there.
Driving play by the USA, getting closer and closer to the Irish line.
Last tackle, they got to be creative here. David New, what's he going to do? It'll tap into the end zone. Oh, it's blocked by the Irish. And he kicked it out of bounds, so I think this might be the U.S. advantage here. What's he called? Knocked forward.
Touch of soccer from Comerford on the far side.
So I think the USA is going to get the fresh 6 here off the scrum. It's going to be the USA feet. So again, you see how New sets everything up, puts the pressure on the Irish defense. Really a dominating player, and if he goes down, the USA's got a lot of problems. The USA is going to get the 6, fresh 6 again inside the 20. They've got to score here to have a chance in this game.
They miss out Preston. Instead, they use Broussard. Nice twist and turn by Broussard, driving toward the line. Can he get there? The Irish try to pin back the Americans. Wallace gets the ball. Can he get over?
Didn't give them the try. They said they held them up.
The Irish defense holding.
Well, I think Terry Wallace was a little impatient there. They had 6 tackles, 4 more tackles to go. Tried to take it himself, and again, another mistake by the United States here. You know, again, they've been knocking on the door constantly, and they just can't turn it.
Mental mistakes costing the USA dear, but here's Wallace again, trying to make amends, the push, and this time they look for the try. Referee Doug Keane right on the spot says out of bounds.
So another time they've been in the end zone. Wallace again couldn't touch it down. USA just can't convert.
Goodness, this has got to be frustrating for the American Patriots.
And your Irish starts to 6, so they had a fresh 6 twice down there. They just couldn't convert. So the USA just can't take advantage of the opportunities.
Gavin Banker, very impressive looking player.
Look at that, Geno Seegers with that one-handed tackle. He led the nation in tackling at Western Carolina in 1987. And he is a force out here when he's fit enough. Geno's got to not fit all the time, and he really can't keep up with his fast, quick pace of rugby league.
Ireland leads at 8-0. They have to play the ball. And there's the tactical kick by Hanlon, driving it deep into U.S. territory, and again it takes an Ireland bounce.
Maffei's a pretty good counterattacker, but breaks one tackle. He's a warrior. I tell you, he was probably the most physical person the United States had in the 3 World Cup games in October last year. There's a turnover.
Got a bad mistake. Chris Troop unable to field it, and now the Irish are dangerous from this position. It's Baker. Gavin Banker likes to pop up on that right channel.
Well, see what the Irish can do. The United States couldn't do it when they're down close inside the 5-10 yard line. The Irish looks like they're knocking on the door here. They've got a lot better ball handling skills here, and this is their advantage.
Slicker to Keenahan.
Overlap.
Can they knock it in here? They're just about 5 meters short.
Good tackle there.
Allen Robinson on the overlap. Back to Keenahan. Now Lee Hanlon. Hanlon moving to his right. Good support from Baker. Can they drive it in?
Oh, look at that tackle right there. Number 16, Troop over the top. That was set up by Giddings.
Keenahan again. Lee Hanlon. Looking for support from George Slicker.
Last tackle should be coming up. No.
The Irish trying to make it count.
They're yelling help on the outside.
Driving play up the middle by Mick Finley, bludgeoning his way toward the 5 meter line.
So the USA forces the turnover on downs. You got to give them a hand there. That was some great defense, 6 tackles.
So the USA will to play the ball. The Irish choosing not to kick. Thought they could power it over the line, but not so.
They've squandered a lot of opportunities in the United States. Let's Troop. He's got to learn to go forward. They just threw him back there. But
8-0. The Irish on top.
There's another infraction. So it's going to be the U.S. put in. Troop turned the ball over again. He's had 2 opportunities now in the last 2 minutes. He's turned it over twice.
Just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
Another turnover.
The Irish get the ball from the scrum. Andy Burgess. And he is brought down by 2 American defenders. Burgess with a quick play the ball. Hanlon now, support from Finley. And Finley is the power monger of the Irish team.
They'll spin this ball out. No, they like to go inside with it. Boy, they're threatening.
Close to the line again. Tom McCabe with good driving play. Out it comes to McElhatton. Hanlon. Using Mick Brown. The Irish being pinned back here. The American defense getting the job done.
Well, they got to spread it wide. Look at look at this now. They get it out here. They collect to go back in. Boy, they're on the wings is where they've been real successful.
Final tackle. Let's see what the Irish will do here. Hanlon.
Oh, big overlap. That's forward. Nope. There's a forward pass. Yep. So the United States dodges another one.
Yeah. Connor O'Sullivan went into the in-goal area, but the pass was forward. Spotted by referee Doug Keane.
Well, since that early going where the Irish scored those points in the first 10 minutes, it's been a very even game, and both teams have squandered many opportunities inside the 15 or 20 yard line. In fact, I think the defense has been very well from both teams.
Now Chandran pumping up the middle, getting over his own 20-meter line.
There's a penalty.
And the referee comes again to the rescue of the U.S.
The Irish. So New will take this, try and find some touch. Remember the last time he from this part of the field. He had a little duck that came over here that just barely got out of bounds.
And keep in mind, David New has missed 2 penalty attempts already, uncharacteristically.
See, it doesn't matter how far you get it up the field. The secret is just getting the ball to touch.
Getting it out on the full, and you get 6 more. A quick tap.
Ball.
A very important part of the U.S. team did not play last year.
There's Grueller's back.
And the USA will be happy at that.
Reverse over here. U.S. got a little action going. See what new. Now they can get it back outside. They got a little overlap way out.
Laurent Broussard changes out to the right.
I think that's the key right there. Laurent Broussard, if he gets free, will definitely score. I don't think there's anybody in the team on Ireland that can stop him. The question is, they got to set him up. There's New. He's away. No support.
David New can't do it all on his own.
This is Cassidy.
Now the fullback, Maffei. Good support here by Preston. The quick pass out to the left. Can they get in there?
A try. There it is. Doug Erickson. Wow. David New set the play up. Preston Wallace, I mean, 5-6 guys to handle the ball there. And you got to give the United States credit. They've hung in there. They've been frustrated for a long period of time. Persistence paid off for them there.
Doug Erickson, the man who dived in after good setup play by David New.
Watch the play here. Cassidy looking for Maffei. Maffei cutting back. What's this pass here off the... Look at that. Here comes Preston. He knows what's happening. Preston lays it out. Doug Erickson comes in, puts the ball down.
Doug Erickson, the second row forward for Buchanan, New York.
This is an impossible angle to kick from, and it's a long angle, and they go to their long kicker, David Ball. You don't see too many front row forwards with kicking abilities. Down in Fiji, they say he was deadly. He had a great tournament down there at the Fiji Nines, the World Invitational Fiji Nines, which was about a month ago. And this is the United States. So I don't know if Bo will take the rest of the kicks or not, but New missing the first 2 early ones.
So let's see what David Bowe can do. New clearly unhappy at his own kicking performance.
He doesn't have the long foot like Bo. Bo's got got the long range, heavy impact. He hits the ball takes off with a lot of velocity. New takes the ball, he doesn't have as much speed on him.
David Bowe for the USA, well to the left.
Well, the United States at least on the board.
The USA cutting Ireland's lead in half. 8-4 is our score here in Washington, D.C. We'll be back in a moment.
A friend of mine told me, try America Online. I said, why? I've got a computer. He said, try it. You'll see. It's simple. Every time you sign on, welcome. It tells you if you've got mail. You've got mail. Want to send some email? Type the message. Click here, and it's done. I like this. With one click, I can browse all kinds of great features on America Online. I've gotten help with my golf swing, planned my next vacation. I even get stock price updates every 15 minutes. America Online has over 100 newspapers and magazines, everything from Business Week Online to Cycle World, and I can browse them all. With America Online, you can point and click your way across the internet. And their web browser makes it easy to explore the World Wide Web. Call the toll-free number and you'll receive your free startup kit and 15 free hours to look around. It's worth a try. You'll see.
To try America Online free, call 1-800-539-8877. You'll receive your America Online startup kit and now 15 hours free your first month. Call now.
On the track and in the pit, the top drivers in the fastest cars prepare for the world's greatest race. Countdown to Indy beginning Monday on your regional sports network.
Back here at RFK Stadium, the Americans have cut into the Ireland lead, 8-4 the score with about 5 minutes remaining in the first half. I'm joined by American Patriot Gino Seegers. It looked very frustrating at first. How important was that score?
It gives us, it uplifts us probably going into the halftime. We got about 5 minutes left in the half, and hopefully we can keep on accelerating to getting another try and, making the score even closer.
Okay, well, we'll see you back out there.
Yeah.
And back up to you guys.
Thank you, Tim Singer. The American Patriots, after a spluttering start, finally back in contention here. And John Morgan, they really have to try to pile on the pressure and eat further into this Irish lead in the diminishing moments of this first half.
Well, the Irish had tremendous opportunity to score 2 different times early in about mid part of the second half. They didn't. Knocked the ball on once, had a try sort of called back in the end zone by a referee call. But then the United States has really played some great defense down in their own end zone, and they've stopped the Irish twice inside their own 15, turned around, made a score. So I think right now the only reason the United States is even in the game is because of 8-4 and because of that man.
David New, who is such an influential performer for the USA, although I wonder whether he might be a little nervous about the kicking game. It seems to have deserted him, and he turned things over to David Bowe for the most recent attempt. That could be a factor as this game gets older.
Well, last year the game was pretty close right towards halftime, and then the Irish scored on the bell, and they went into the locker room with an 8-point lead. And let's see if the U.S. can stop them here in the waning moments of this first half. There's a turnover, so let's see what the U.S. can do with it. Balachandran picks it up. He's got a little roll. Nice spin move.
Well, Balachandran still going for the USA. The Irish try to wrestle him down. And good position here for the American Patriots. David New.
There's a penalty. This is a penalty here, so I think the U.S. probably go for posts here. Holding the man down. You can't hold him down. You know, you want to try and speed up the play. And there's David New giving the post to David Bowe. So again, so you can't hold the man down here. Now watch Balachandran here. A good spin move. Watch the instinct. Fakes the pass outside, spins back inside, and just still can't knock him off his feet. Got great leg strength. Professionally, he's a lawyer. Works in the governor's office in New York State, and this is where they're holding him down too long there. See, he couldn't get up and play the ball.
Greg McElhatton was the Irish defender in question. So David Bowe here, who had the awkward kick just moments ago, now has a much more straightforward attempt. And this would be big from the USA's confidence point of view. David Bowe. They started with New as the designated kicker, but now they have turned to the man who spent much of his life in New Zealand. And Bowe's chip is no good.
So the USA continues to miss opportunities, but they didn't get the ball to the end zone. See what happens here. Looks like they're going to have to kick it. The USA might get the ball right back here. He tried to chip that.
David Bowe clearly unhappy with himself, and I wonder, John Morgan, if that really is going to be the area that the Americans are going to have to focus on at halftime, because New certainly unsettled from a kicking standpoint, and now Bowe missing that gift.
Well, I'm surprised too, because Bowe really had a great Fiji Nines again a month ago. I'm surprised his confidence little rock there, because that was a chip shot.
Balachandran with the play the ball for the Americans. Now big Fred Grueller. They missed him for a few minutes around the midway point of the half. Grueller gets it toward the 20-meter line. Now David New. Broussard tries to get there. Ericsson's there as well.
Yeah, New is really creating havoc for him. When he comes across that field, they don't know which way to go. Look at Broussard with some moves.
Bobbing and weaving play by Laurent Broussard.
This is the last tackle. New will get the ball, probably chip it into the end zone is what I think about it here.
There's the kick by New. The little grubber toward the in-goal area, fielded by the Irish. The U.S. players appeal for the try as it was touchdown.
Yeah, but again, David New has caught the Irish in their own end zone. They don't have the ball. They must kick the ball back to the U.S. And needless to say, New's foot, even though he's missed those 2 easy chip shots, for the U.S., they've been very good with kicking the ball in goal. Here comes Ericsson on the rebound here.
The Americans looking a lot more confident, but time is running out on this first half.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go. Maybe they can turn the bells here on the Irish from last year and score on the buzzer themselves.
Driving play by Maffei. Getting over the 20-meter line. The feed, Terry Wallace, now New.
That's Afa Mungo making his first appearance. I think they were saving him for late in the first half. He's got a real groin problem.
He's a boxer in his spare time, or at least has been in the past. Afa
Look at David Bowe.
Good play by Bowe, linking with New. Just 7 meters short of the line.
United States starting to show confidence. Here's Ryan McGough.
Can McGough get in there? Just inches short. Doug Keane is right up with play.
Last tackle.
And the drive by Broussard appears to be short.
Yeah, they're going to get him up. But the United States, with a minute to go here, there's going to be a scrum down 5 meters out. 10 meters out.
Laurent Broussard, who really likes to bob and weave and twist and turn and pose all kinds of problems for opposing defenders. But couldn't quite get in there on that occasion. Ireland leading at 8-4 as you can see, inside the final 1 minute in this first half.
U.S. playing with a lot of confidence right now. And there's that tackling. You know, the tackling up the middle has been ferocious. That's forced the Irish to the outside. There's a penalty. It's another penalty. Fred Gruel, that was pretty stupid now with less than a minute to go. You don't want anything stupid here, mistake-wise. You want to just let them keep the ball around midfield. Again, last year they scored right on the buzzer. They took a lot of air out of the bag for the United States going into that second half.
Ball kicked out on the full. The Irish will get it back just inside their own half. Keep in mind, the referee is the man who keeps control of the clock.
Look at that great tackle. David Bowe, Fred Gruel. Now the Irish are trying to play right into the United States here.
Andrew McElwain, very talented 23-year-old.
Big overlap here.
Good play by the Irish, but it misses out. Mick Brown.
That's halftime.
Whistle is sounded by referee Doug Keane. First half has come and gone here at RFK Stadium, so the USA, Brett Grueller and company, coming back into things after a sluggish opening. The Irish off to an 8-0 lead, but the USA cutting that lead in half thanks to Doug Erickson's try late in the first half. We'll return to RFK Stadium in a moment.
How far would you go to guarantee a beautiful garden? You don't have to glass in your garden to guarantee healthy, beautiful perennials year after year. All you really need is the Complete Gardener's Book of Perennials, only from Time Life. It's information on soil, garden design, pest control, and more than 100 popular perennials, all for just $1.99. Plus, get this free tip-filled gardening handbook. And when you use your credit card, this gardener's tote bag. All three for just $1.99. You can't buy a more valuable tool for your garden. In fact, we'll guarantee it. Grow a better garden or your money back. If you like perennials, you can preview other volumes in the series. For $2, we'll guarantee you a perfect perennial garden, and we'll give you change.
To order, call 1-800-850-7900. To receive your free gardener's tote bag, have your credit card ready. Ask for perennials for just $1.99 plus $3.95 shipping and handling, and receive your free gardening handbook. That's 1-800-850-7900. Call now.